Crowfoot stood and watched as the white man spread many $1 bills on the ground. "This is what the white man trades with. This is his buffalo robe. Just as you trade skins, we trade with these pieces of paper." When the white chief had laid all his money on the ground and shown how much he would give if the Indians would sign a treaty, Crowfoot took a handful of clay, made a ball out of it, and put it on the fire. It did not crack. Then he said to the white man, "Now put your money on the fire and see if it will last as long as the clay." The white man said, "No, my money will burn, because it is made of paper." With an amused gleam in his eyes, the old chief said, "Oh, your money is not as good as our land, is it? The wind will blow it away, the fire will burn it, water will rot it, but nothing will destroy our land. You don't make a very good trade." Then, with a smile, Crowfoot picked up a handful of sand from the riverbank, handed it to the white man, and said, "You count the grains of sand in that while I count the money you give for the land." The white man said, "I would not live long enough to count this, but you can count the money in a few minutes." "Very well," said the wise Crowfoot. "Our land is more valuable than your money. It will last forever. It will not perish as long as the sun shines and the water flows, and through all the years it will give life to men and animals, and therefore we cannot sell the land. It was put there by the Great Spirit, and we cannot sell it because it does not really belong to us. You can count your money and burn it with a nod of a buffalo's head, but only the Great Spirit can count the grains of sand and the blades of grass on these plains. As a present, we will give you anything you can take with you, but we cannot give you the land." Welcome to Witty Champ's viral video channel, the place where you find information about our long-forgotten history. Chief Crowfoot, whose indigenous name was Isapo Muksika, was a prominent leader of the Siksika Blackfoot First Nation in Canada during the late 19th century. He was born around 1830 in present-day Alberta, Canada. Chief Crowfoot played a significant role in the history of the Blackfoot Confederacy and the interaction with European settlers and Canadian authorities. Here's a summary of Chief Crowfoot. Chief Crowfoot was a respected and skilled diplomat who sought peaceful coexistence and negotiation with European settlers and the Canadian government. He was known for his wisdom, leadership, and efforts to maintain the traditional way of life for his people, while adapting to the changing circumstances brought about by the arrival of settlers, traders, and the construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway. He was a key figure in signing Treaty 7 in 1877, which established a land agreement between the Canadian government and several Indigenous nations, including the Siksika. This treaty aimed to ensure Indigenous rights to reserve lands, healthcare, education, and other benefits in exchange for surrendering traditional territories. Chief Crowfoot's involvement demonstrated his commitment to securing the best possible terms for his people. Within the changing landscape, Chief Crowfoot's leadership and advocacy helped to preserve the cultural heritage of the Siksika people during a time of significant upheaval. He encouraged cooperation and understanding between Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities, emphasizing peaceful relations over conflict. He passed away on April 25, 1890, leaving behind a legacy of diplomacy, leadership, and the defense of Indigenous rights. Chief Crowfoot's efforts to navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world while maintaining his cultural identity have made him a respected historical figure in the story of Indigenous rights and the early days of Canada's expansion. Overall, Chief Crowfoot was a distinguished leader who strived for the well-being and cultural preservation of his people while engaging with the challenges posed by the encroachment of European settlers and the Canadian government.